I'm very inspired to hear about how things evolved in your perspective also. You said in the beginning, it was concepts, then working along with the sensations of the body, it opened up more for you.
Yeah,
And the beautiful thing I liked is, um, yes, I have my perspective. Other people also have different perspectives, and to give a room for that
yeah,
and having them to express and have their voice heard and
yeah,
give space for telling about their differences and still they can belong. And I think this is a very powerful environment which is getting created. And also this leads to a particular kind of a culture where, uh, uh, as you said, it creates a professional identity.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it has a connection to the culture element also, isn't it?
yeah. Because I think what what traditional forms of organization do is they create a kind of passivity and a kind of dependence, and people's expectation that it's not my job to fix the problem, it's their job to fix the problem. I'll tell them how to fix it. Ask me
Mhm.
for an opinion. I got an opinion. Here, you go fix it. You
Mhm.
know, that doesn't work.
Mhm.
Um, you know, and so part of having the gift of voice, it also comes along with it the responsibility then to fix the problem yourself, sort of thing. I mean, right? To step up and take some action and do what needs to be done. The things need to be done. Now that doesn't mean you're not going to potentially need resources or support or that sort of stuff. And I think but the whole job, from this point of view, the whole job of leadership shifts from being the person at the front who says, I know the right answer, follow me, to the person who says, I know what the issue is. I know what we need. I know what our purpose is. I'm going to invite you to work with me and for every purpose, there are many different ways to accomplish it,
Mhm. Mhm.
And so what we're doing as a leader is trying to, catalyze as many different attempts to uh, accomplish that purpose and then pay attention to what's working
Mhm.
and support it, amplify it, move it along. And there'll be more than one way of doing that, and that's fine too. In a lot of cases, some cases there's not. Some cases you need to agree on the one way you're going to do it. But a lot of times that's not necessary,
Yeah.
and you know, allowing for those differences to kind of flower and inform each other, and then you create more opportunities for more change to happen. I think one of the key insights I had many years ago, and I think leaders who are able to lead this way understand is that every solution to a problem of organizing inevitably creates a new problem,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Very
right?
powerful. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, you watch large organizations, they'll centralize and then that'll create some problems. So then they decentralize to solve that problem, but then that creates a new set of problems. So then they centralize and they decentralize, right? And and that's just one polarity. There are many of them. Like organizations are full of these what appear to be opposing but necessary interdependent pairs. And right, so worrying about trying to come up with the solution to one of those problems is a waste of time. It's more like, okay, here's the current situation. Here's the people who are involved. What are they willing to do to make it better? Let's
Mhm.
go with that, and, you know, and build a culture, an adaptive culture, an
Mhm.
agile culture, right? That's able for the next issue that comes along, the
Mhm.
people will take it on and make it happen. They're not sitting around waiting for somebody to tell them what to do. Um, yeah,
This is beautiful when you said the adaptive culture because we all survived because of our adapting capacity. And if the culture has the ability to adapt,
yeah,
learning through one problem solving, then they can adapt other um, demands which are coming from the
that's
different
right.
sources.
That's
I
right.
think it's very inspiring. And
New
I
challenges will always be showing up.
yes, it's
New
always
challenges will be, and the other thing I find fascinating, like in the work I've done, is the leaders who, when I offer them this way of changing things, they just feel so unburdened, you know, because, you know, the traditional way of looking at it, it's all on their shoulders. They have to come up with the right idea. They have to figure out how to implement it. They have to figure out how to motivate people. They have to figure out how to message. All this stuff, which in some ways is an impossible task. right? And and to let go of that and to see their job more as stewardship of, of a collection of people who share a common purpose. But that's the key thing. The people have to share the common purpose. You know, leaders come along and say, well, we want to increase our productivity 4%. Like, who cares?
Mm.
Right? But the leader comes along and says, we want to create stress-free customer service.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
You go, yeah, I'd love to have no stress around my customer service. How do we get more of that?
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
yeah, and uh, what purpose is going to be compelling and attractive to your employees or stakeholders, whoever you're dealing with? It's going to be different in every situation. So,
Mm.
part of that's the art of it, I think,
Mm.
is figuring out. And some people are just very good at it. And
Mm.
those are the people who consistently create transformative change, experiences, is the
Mm.
ones who are able to help
Mm.
identify what is the thing that everybody here wants and
Mm.
wants more of, and
Mm.
is really going to help this system manage the adaptive challenge that
Mm.
it's facing at the moment.
Mm.
Um, and and a lot of times these are words that, when you put them together, at first are puzzling. Like a hospital system in Ontario that wanted to do centralized decentralization.
Mm.
Things like that. That in that context was very appealing. Like,
Yeah.
people really wanted to be involved in that. How do we get more decentralized centralization, or
Yeah.
centralized decentralization? Yeah. So, but in another context, wouldn't be at all appealing. So that's
Mm.
the art of it. But then after that, I think we have a pretty good handle now, those of us who've been studying and writing about dialogic OD and generative change,
Mm.
on kind of the flow of what happens after that, what needs to happen, sort of the patterns that typically happen,
Yeah.
the kind of leadership that's required. Yeah.
Yeah.